the Iron Doctrine, Benjamin Netanyahu, and the strategic remapping of the Arab world.
Netanyahu has a different idea. His idea is we captured the Palestinian lands in 1967, and we're never going to give them back. So we're just going to rule over the Palestinians. He says we're going to keep the land. There will be resistance, Hamas, Hezbollah, other militant resistance. What will we do about it? You can't really fight the terrorists, he says. You have to fight the states that back the terrorists.
And Iran is the central one in his mind.
But interestingly for Netanyahu, he lays out one by one, yes, of course, Iran is the central one in his mind, but so too is Iraq under Saddam. He supported Hamas.
Right.
So too is Bashar al-Assad in Syria. Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, Syria, Somalia, Sudan, and Libya. And you know what the plan was? 7 wars in 5 years. The U.S. using Israel? No. This is Israel using the U.S. as if our military is in their hands, which in effect it is. You take Wolfowitz and you take Feith and you take these neocons and you take Netanyahu. They game planned the whole thing out. Well, I regard Netanyahu as having been our greatest disastrous president of the 21st century because he ran American foreign policy for 20 years and he cost us trillions of dollars. And where is the Middle East today? War in Syria, war in Lebanon, war in Palestine, unrest in Iraq, war in Yemen, chaos in Sudan, chaos in Somalia, chaos in Libya. Great job, Bibi. You did a terrific job.
In the past 2 decades, one man has reshaped the Middle East not through peace talks, but through calculated strikes, secret diplomacy, and a relentless belief in military deterrence. This is the Iron Doctrine, Benjamin Netanyahu's blueprint to secure Israel by redrawing the Arab world. In his 1993 book, A Place Among the Nations, Netanyahu laid the intellectual foundation. Only strength will ensure peace in the Middle East. This belief evolved into what many now call the Iron Doctrine, a multi-decade strategy to preempt threats, dominate militarily, and reshape alliances using war when needed and diplomacy when possible. Its key components: 1. Military deterrence above diplomacy. 2. Regional disruption of adversaries. 3. Prevention of Iranian regional dominance. 4. Alliance with non-Arab and Sunni powers. The first major front was Gaza. Under Netanyahu's leadership, Israel fought Hamas in 2008-09, Operation Cast Lead; 2012, Pillar of Defense; 2014, Protective Edge; 2021, Guardian of the Walls; and the full-scale war that erupted in 2023, which continues into now. Netanyahu's goal was not just containment, it was destruction of Hamas as a military force. Each war degraded their weapons, intelligence, and global legitimacy. Civilian costs were high, but Israeli deterrence grew stronger. To the north, Hezbollah remained the most powerful non-state actor in the region. Netanyahu authorized hundreds of strikes on Hezbollah convoys and Iranian positions inside Syria and along the Lebanese border. In 2024, 2025, Israeli operations intensified, forcing Hezbollah to stretch its front lines and drain its arsenal while avoiding all-out war, for now. Since 2013, Netanyahu greenlit more than 2,000 airstrikes in Syria, targeting Iranian Quds Force units, weapons, shipments, and Hezbollah bases. This was part of Operation Chessboard to prevent Iran from turning Syria into a launchpad for war. In 2024, the Houthis in Yemen began launching Iranian-made drones toward Eilat and Israeli ships in the Red Sea. Netanyahu responded not with direct war, but through coalition building with the US, UK, and Gulf states. While low profile, this was strategic. Push Iran's proxies back without overcommitting Israeli forces. But at the heart of the Iron Doctrine is one name: Iran. Netanyahu has warned of Iran's nuclear ambitions since the 1990s.
If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months.
They have the wherewithal, the stored up, preserved knowledge to make a bomb very quickly if they wanted to do it.
Iran is so dangerous. Weeks away from having the fissile material for an entire arsenal of nuclear bombs.
They're very close. They're 6 months away from being about 90% of having the enriched uranium for an atom bomb.
Iran is gearing up to produce 25 bombs, atomic bombs a year, 250 bombs in a decade.
Ladies and gentlemen, time is running out.
Iran will be capable of producing alone, without importing anything, nuclear bombs within 3 to 5 years.
With Trump's help, he torpedoed the 2050 nuclear deal in 2018. Then came cyber attacks, sabotage at Natanz, assassinations of Iranian nuclear scientists, clandestine war. In 2025, Israel struck Iranian nuclear facilities directly. Netanyahu's message was clear: we will not wait for a second Holocaust. On the 22nd of June, 2025, the United States directly intervened in Netanyahu's Iran campaign, dropping 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs on 3 of Iran's underground nuclear sites: Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. Over 75 precision-guided munitions were used, including 14 massive ordnance penetrators, MOPs, dropped from BW-2 stealth bombers in Operation Midnight Hammer.
The U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
The U.S. strike marked a dramatic escalation, a powerful signal that Washington was prepared to join, not just support, Israel's offensive.
Congratulations, President Trump. Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership today has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future of prosperity and peace. President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace. And tonight, President Trump and the United States acted with a lot of strength. President Trump, I thank you. The people of Israel thank you. The forces of civilization thank you. God bless America. God bless Israel. And may God bless our unshakable alliance, our unbreakable faith.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu publicly praised the operation as a historic turning point, but it also risked unleashing a wider confrontation. As Iranian leaders threatened retaliation and regional security analysts warned of a major escalation, as enemies weakened, alliances formed. With Trump's blessing, Netanyahu signed the Abraham Accords in 2020 with UAE, Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco. Arab unity on Palestine fractured. Even Saudi Arabia signaled normalization until the 2023 war slowed things down. In Africa, Netanyahu secured quiet partnerships with Chad, Ethiopia, and Sudan, boxing out Iranian influence. But the Iron Doctrine has costs. Thousands of civilian deaths in Gaza and Lebanon. International legal challenges Netanyahu faces a war crimes warrant from the ICC. Israel's global image is under strain. Yet for Netanyahu, the mission remains unchanged, a secure Jewish state surrounded by weakened or aligned neighbors. Benjamin Netanyahu didn't just fight wars, reshaped a region. What some call aggression, he calls defense. What others call apartheid, he calls survival. This is the Iron Doctrine, and its legacy will shape the Middle East for decades to come. You've been watching Freedom Square News, where facts fight back. Stay informed, stay free. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for real stories that matter. Until next time, stand tall, speak truth, and never stop questioning.
Freedom Square.